Hi, welcome, and congratulations, all of you, for completing the halfway through. Today, the 50th day. Okay, thank you so much, each and every one of you attended our live webinar and part of it. What do you call this? The 100 Days of Digital Mastery Program. I can't even believe that. We are already in the halfway. I think we just 2 weeks ago we started. That's the feeling we're getting, but we completed 50 days, and today the 50th day. And another 50 days, we are going to have our championship starting. It's an amazing thing. Thank you, all of you. And moreover, congratulations. Though as we mentioned, it was a challenge, 100 days challenge. I know it's a great challenge in this unprecedented time. But we did it, right? And today I would like to share with you so many accomplishments some of you have done. And I'm also going to announce some of the people who started their businesses today. As you know, during the 100 Days of Challenge, we plan to set up approximately around 300 new businesses. I'll show you how many of them it's already started. We have halfway through. How many we're done, we are going to discuss now. Okay, so once again, thank you, each one of you, for being a part of this great program. And the most importantly, taking initiative to complete that. Not one or two. I know so many people come and just have equipment and gone. But today, we have over 500 plus people on a regularly attending our program, also going through the mentorship program. So our goal has been 1,000, and goal has been a 300. 300 people to become a digital entrepreneur. So we do a quick review before we jump into another great topic of the day. I think it's one of the first time I'm doing the topic called gig economy. I never did this one as in a time to explain about detail to go. And the government of different part of the world, all the government is taking a new level, new regulatory is coming, and new rule is coming, new methods are coming because of the COVID-19 plus gig economy. And the gig economy is also the issues the government is going to fix it as well. So saying this is, so I'll jump to the program. Before that, today, I would like all of you to do something. So first thing is, I would like you to share with me, out of the 50 days, the best part of the 50 days. What do you felt is the best takeaway according to you? Why do you had it? Can you just type it there? Then tell me in the chat. And what do you think the best takeaway, personally, you felt it? Not your Mendes. Mendes put your views, Mendes put your views, and tell me what do you felt the best takeaway. Okay. It's not a geek economy, it's a gig economy, G-I-G, okay? Gig economy. Gig is basically, the gig is when the people go and sing in the restaurants, and that's called a gig economy. From there, that word came, okay? Gig economy. So that we'll discuss gig economy, and with gig economy, connecting with the largest corporate in this world, which is, in terms of digital economy. So that's what we are going to discuss today. So, you tell me, what are the best takeaway you got it? What do you call that? From these 50 days, actually, it's approximately 5,000 minutes. So many things I know we discussed, and we presented, we've shared, and so many question and answer sessions. And what are the best thing according to you? The best out of this, the points, the thing which you learned or experienced or realized or decided, whatever it is. Can you just take that one? All of you can type that one. Okay, most of you still the YouTube mastery still lead the world, right? So I think it's a couple of days ago, I felt it is most of the drop service people are doing much better. Okay, so please, all of you, please. Okay, I think I'll just refresh it and see how many of you are there online now. Cloud economy. Okay, YouTube was great, a lot of information. Okay. So YouTube affiliate drop service, okay, and cloud economy. Did we discuss about cloud economy? I'm not sure about it. Okay, so what exactly YouTube done for you? Okay, you tell me. I'm not asking you the topic. I'm talking about the points which you felt is a great one in this and everything. YouTube mastery and knowledge internet business. Okay, drop service and YouTube. Okay, drop service. YouTube, okay. So all of you are telling a topic. It's, what I meant is not just a topic. I just want to know what the takeaway you got it. What's the takeaway you got it? For example, you want me to put an example actually. Let's say dopamine movie making strategy for if it is YouTube. That's the detail I meant. Affiliate marketing, the long tail keyword with SEO 101. That's one. E-commerce, the thing which we discussed about. Automating the process by doing integrated logistic mechanism. So something like that I'm looking forward. No, not just the topic on it. Okay. Can you type it, please? All of you. YouTube, mother service, and okay. Yeah, that's what exactly I meant. Okay. So, okay. Google, algorithm of Google and YouTube. Okay. Avatar concept. Okay. That was a fantastic thing which we did. Okay, great. And online business goal. Yeah, correct. Okay. That's what we did it. Flipping all categories. Okay. Online business goal. Capture words. Perfect. Okay. Arbitrage business and mother-child concept. Okay, perfect. Okay. What more? Okay. YouTube mastery. Now, I'm talking more specifically. I would like you to do this. Okay. So it's okay. So YouTube mastery and affiliate marketing are a good. Okay. So capture words in YouTube mastery. Okay, perfect. Okay. I think that's one of the best thing which you did. I know that got the maximum number of feedback. Okay, I would like to, this is actually about the webinar. I want all the mentors should share with you your mentorship. You had today we just calculated how many hours of a mentorship we are done. Can you believe it is? How much it is? Can you just guess it? Anybody can guess it? How many hours of total number of hours of a mentorship we are given? Anyone can guess it here in this last 50 days? Anyone? Can you just guess it? How many total number of hours of the mentorship we are done? Anyone? Okay, jumbo sandwich. Okay, so that was actually the YouTube strategy, right? Okay, got it. So tell me, anyone can guess it? How many hours of a mentorship we are given? Can you calculate? And just wide guess, can you do it as 5,000? Okay, so combined together, how much? 50,000. Okay. 1,500, 100,000, or 10,000? 10,000. How many minutes can you tell me? Minutes is easy because every day we are giving 30 minutes, right? You can actually collect it. Okay. What is one, Vinant? What you meant is, how many minutes would I have given according to you? How many minutes? Anyone? No, you never thought about it. No. So once today we are doing a review with my colleagues, and we surprised. And we are so excited to share with you. We did over 1 million minutes of mentoring absolutely free, without then only last 50 days alone. I don't calculated a June month training. Over 1 million minutes of a mentoring we are done in this COVID-19 period. Can you believe that in 50 days? Okay, over 1 million. Okay, 1 million minutes we are done on it. Okay, so this is when we say it's in 50 days time. Think about another 50 days. Actually, this first 50 days, we spent a time mostly discussing and fixing the business model. And the next 50 days is the most important part of a promotion of the business and getting ready for a championship period of 30 days. So, really, really excited. You think about if it is this is 30 days is happening, how to be fantastic on that, right? So thank you so much, all of you. I'll take you by slide in detail. Before that, I just wanted to share with you this moment, and it's a great, especially the people, all of you across the globe. I know some of you are attending even midnight, 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m., and I really appreciate it. Before if you had a time issue concern you expressed, but you continue doing most of the time. You were there to attend even at 2:30 a.m., 3 a.m., and some of you, Auckland, New Zealand, and Singapore. I know your odd timing, but you participated. And thank you so much. I also know that some of the India subcontinent people, your timing also is not after the dinner at late night. You also participated in the live there. Thank you so much for that. And the people who's in, especially in the COVID-19 time, we had a lot of other things. In spite of all the things, all of you accepted this challenge. Now, all of you, we have a moment of celebration. I'm really happy that is what we conceptualized, and all of us especially the mentors know, when we spend a time on a June month to fix everything, to go through the intensive training, the mentors training period on a daily morning and evening. and we had a lot of things how the world is going to react, and the target of starting with a 300 entrepreneurs starting across the globe in this COVID-19 across the globe, especially the economy is going downtime. I don't think people are going to start the business or not, but we did it, right? We did it. Okay, mashallah, thank you, and mashallah, tabarakallah, it's great. So we will go to the topics. Before that, I just want to take it out. So thanks, Amman, and plus we also discussed about the topic today. It's a quite serious topic, and it's completely new topic. I want you to pay attention completely. I think the name itself is quite confusing, right? A gig economy. Gig economy is a new terminology came out recently. And we'll have a difference of opinion on a gig economy. That's one of the points actually I want you to pay attention, because not just listening today about what the gig economy it says. Gig economy, you need to really look into and understand the broader understanding, and without prejudice, with open-minded, and with looking at the how do I say, looking at the change happening. Change is always a problem for us, right? Change always has a resistance. We always resist with the changes. Very few people adapt to changes faster, easier. Now, here we wanted that change. Now, what do we say? To act. Without accepting this change, we will not be able to move forward, and we will be left alone, or we'll be. As I used to say that, we'll be plastered on the road. Not even people overtake us. People don't even know we don't exist. Like last time we discussed, when we discussed was the social media. So if you are not there on social media, according to the world, you don't exist, right? That's the way people think today. So that way, we will not be. What is that? Will not be exist if you don't accept the change in economical state we are having. Okay. So this is this day. So that's exactly this day. Actually, I wanted to bring something new to you, because we have been now. As I know, like in the first 2 weeks, everybody is so interesting. After that, become tough. Like I know it's quite heavy to our strategy was heavy. The tools and techniques and strategy which you are going to use another 50 is also going to be heavy. But today you'll be excited about the new developments, and especially with the opportunities which we have with the large corporate companies like Google, Amazon, and Alibaba, and Facebook and Twitter, and sometime maybe I may be adding, today we may not have time, I'll be adding an Apple and Microsoft as well. Okay, so it's an important part. It's important for us to have this to understand this one and go further for it. So that's the topic of the 50th day. And based on that, we also take a few more topics the coming week, and a lot of changes also going to have, and all of you are going to receive a feedback or a survey form for all the mentees, and all of you going. We want you to your feedback to give us to improve. As you know, we believe something called Kaizen, the continuous improvement. That's what we believe. So I want you to come back to us and tell us what we did good, what we did bad, what you have to improve, what you suggest. So many things. So like many of the suggestions, by looking at the regular participants today, we might shift change the time now of the webinar. Plus, because when we started our webinar time, it was completely lockdown. The lockdown got over. Most of the part of the world is now, life is becoming big. Yesterday, even in Qatar, the theaters started working now. So things are changing. So we may have to do a few changes. Especially, we are going to do changes. So many changes in the mastermind. Even on the mentoring side, we are going to do a lot of changes. So that is exactly today we will be spending time. And the forms which you receive by tomorrow or within a day or two, I would like you to take it seriously and improve that one. Okay, so thank you so much, and all of you. The feedback all of you are giving, thank you so much, all of you. I'm glad that all of you like the topic which we discussed, and you're valuing it. We really thank you so much, and we really appreciate that one. Yeah, I love you too. Though it's what I'm saying is that we love you too, and we know that is you're really focusing on us, to improve your life, and we mean it. You can ask our mentors every day morning. I talk about the responsibility we have taken, to move forward. So I'm looking forward, all of you, same kind of a dedication and commitment for the coming days. And another 50 days from now, we will be talking about completely on on a championship, right? Championship of doing a $100 per day, minimum of 3,000. That's the championship starting level, which also has $1,000 per day, $500 per day. That's going to be a revolutionary. If you do that, and as you know, that's an amazing thing. We will be a case study for the people, entrepreneurs, digital entrepreneurship in the world. That's what exactly one of the visions I shared with you in the beginning of the first week of June, especially to the mentors. Then again, I shared with you the same in the July first week. So I'm looking for all the things to really practically happening and doing it. Okay. So thank you so much. As usual, now I'll go with the PowerPoint. Meanwhile, all of you get settled down. And those who come and join later, now I think I've seen the people are, some of you joined later. I would like you to type it and tell me now what's the best thing you liked about the last 50 days of program, and what are the best thing you feel it is, the best takeaway you had from these 50 days of session, and the best takeaway you had with your mentors. There are so many mentors also spend with you approximately, as I mentioned, over a million minutes. Over a million minutes we spent with you. So talk about what exactly you got the best from them. I would also like to request you to the mentors to type it as your feelings when you've met so many people, you start mentoring with so many people, and some of you are the first time doing a mentoring. So share with us what are the best thing. I would like all of you to type it that and share this today, because usually I speak, all of you listen, then we only talk in the mastermind. Here I would like you to now itself you to type it and share with the people your takeaway and any kind of a good moments you had with your mentees, or some of the things which you learned from a mentees, or some of the things mentees appreciated you. And so many messages I used to get, I shared with you sometime. So share with that one. Okay, so this is what exactly I'm looking forward. Okay, thank you. So meanwhile, get settled. Please type it. Those who are not typed it, share this messages in the chat box here. Thank you. I'll take you by slide now, and then we can start off. Meanwhile, I request all of you to continue to do this one. Okay. Okay. I think all of you can see the screen now. It's everything okay? I believe it's all of you can see this the PowerPoint. Okay. Once again, I welcome all of you for the 100 Days of Digital Mastery Challenge. Today, 50th day on September 2nd, Wednesday, 2020. I'm live from Doha, Qatar at 7 p.m. Now, so today's a day 50, as we have been discussing. That's one of the accomplishments we had in our 100 Days of Challenge, and we already reached the base camp. If you compare that, we are going for Everest, right? We are already in the base camp now. 50 days, another 50 days, we'll have a great preparation for our championship. So today, the topic which we are going to discuss about the gig economy. As I mentioned, it is very, very important to understand the change happening around us, and we need to adapt to this. And after the COVID-19, when we go through the recession or a depression, we'll have a huge changes happening. So in that, all of us should be prepared, even for a professional. And today's discussions majorly with the professional. Always we discuss about entrepreneurs and investors, and very less about freelancing, and very less about the professionals, right? So an employee actually. So today, the gig economy is basically, we're talking on it directly to the people who go for a professionals, and the gig, the understanding you should record if you're planning to improve your life with your profession, with your knowledge which you have. So very, very important point. Okay. Now, so today is the 50th day, and we already announced this GAFA as a program, right? GAFA, which is actually called as a Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Instagram. Instagram is owned by Facebook, so okay, and Alibaba. There's a terminology called GAFAM as well. As a GAFAM, as I mentioned, it is added, apart from Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Alibaba. It's also added Amazon and Apple, so and Microsoft. Okay, so that's the reason it's called GAFAM. So GAFAM and the gig economy. That's a topic we are going to discuss. A complete unique topic, and I did a research online. I could not find anyone who's connected with these two topics. There are people talk about GAFAM, there are people talk about gig economy, but how the connection, that's very, very important. I think it's a unique program. I would like to share with you this on the 50th day of our program, this one. Okay. Now, before we jump into the topic, so I just wanted to share with you on a 50th day, just kind of a quick refreshing part. And plus, there's some of the things, kind of things that we need in attention as entrepreneurs. as we are taking this challenge, we need to have this. In the March and April 2020, all of you know that is most of the part of the world is in March, some of the part of the world in February, some part of the April. So completely unexpected things happen. And when you look at the people life across the globe, so there were huge changes. We never thought kind of a thing happened to us or human being, right? So it's a lockdown. It's a different way. Everybody's life changed. Families not being together, business started closing, and the airport is closed, borders are closed, and people stuck in different places, and millions of people directly affected their life. The people started walking thousands and thousands of miles and kilometers, and we could not think about all the things happening. So different ways affected in the world, and human beings, we decided we'll fight, we'll overcome. That's what is happening now. Now, when we say September 2nd today, many part of the world, lockdown is relaxed and almost open. So that's the situation where we are now. So how we affected, now all of you associated with ADM, and how which has changed us, and that's what I'd like to share with you. And now the next 50 days, how we'll take it forward, also we'll discuss on it. Now, our team completely reworked on a complete strategies for our vision. So I think most of you know the vision, but actually I would like to remind you the visions. Or those who are not aware, or those who are joining today first time, I would like to share with your companies. It's basically looking for, we want to be one of the pioneers in the world on a mentorship, where we give a mentoring program providing to the digital entrepreneurs or professionals. And we also want to be one of the largest companies in the world with a network of successful digital entrepreneurs. So we want to be one of the largest in the world. That's a vision which we keep it. That's the reason we continuously strive, even this unprecedented situation, to create entrepreneurs. And we have been successful on that. We'll discuss with you that. And of course, I always talking with you this in terms of measurement. That's we want to be $1 billion company by 2025. That's what we are working on now. And of course, 2030, this part of our knowledge economy. This is what exactly our founder, His Excellency Sheikh Jazim, always shared with us. Part of this Qatar national vision of 2030. We want to be that, and I would like to again added this slide to you. I want you the part of the notes again. You read. I know some of you already read it. Please read again and understand about it. It's a great vision of 2030 and knowledge economy. And it is really matching in the world vision, because the world is moving to the knowledge economy. It's a catalyzed, or it is accelerated now due to the pandemic situation. So this is, I would like you to read, Google it, and download if you want to enter that around 60 pages document, and read that as well. If you have a time, if you liked it. I'm quite impressed with Vision 2030, and it's an amazing vision to have it. Now, by keeping all this thing in February 2020, we actually announced a digital mastery program, and we conducted a digital mastery program. We did a press release and saying that we are going ahead with a digital mastery program to promote. And our founder Sheikh Jazim and I, we said we share this vision even before the COVID-19. That time COVID-19 lockdown, which was not there. Now we did this event in a digital mastery program. As you know, it was conducted in our own hotel in the Crown Plaza in Al-Masa auditorium. And then what happens is we decided to meet to have in October. We thought of one theme of program. This coming October 2020, everything is ready. So February till October we'll work on it, and we will make it everybody is whoever wanted to go for a digital entrepreneurship. We thought of doing everything is ready was the theme name. And we had a meeting, the first meeting we had, and we had a meeting in the Wednesday afternoon. We had a meeting, and we decided to have over 100+ people to associate with that as council members to implement this program, or the team members were part of it. But the following Saturday, we're supposed to have a final meeting, because to which role you play and how we implement, and the discussing about the blueprint. But same week, lockdown happened, and March and April, we as a team members, as you know, the limitation, all of us started working online. We're now going to the office, stopped going to the office, and all of us has worked on a different level. March and April, we re-strategized, and in May month is basically we announced the 100 Days of Digital Mastery Challenge. And when we announced the 100 Days of Challenge, which said 100 days of time in 100 minutes every day, and 100 mentors is going to work with 100+ countries, and 1,000+ people go And we help the companies and the individuals who start an online business, how they can make $100 per day. So this is where 100 Days of Digital Mastery Challenge we conceptualized, right? And we decided, because of the COVID-19 issue, it's a free. As you know, that is even 2 hours of program or 3 hours of a program, we were charging. One other complaint everybody was saying it to us, hey, you are damn expensive. We said it's nothing comes free, number one. Number two, so diamonds always expensive. Valuable things always expensive. But this, if we're looking at the unprecedented time, we changed the strategies and we said, okay, we go for freemium model. And we said to the people, hey, attend the workshops, world-class program, it's a free. That's where we started. And in June month, 1 full month, I thank you to all the mentors who went through that particular time, morning and evening, so much of time we spent together to have a training before we start and going to the market for a mentoring aspect. I know some of you are first time coming to the mentoring and aspect, and you put a lot of hard work. I'm glad that most of you started doing an amazing job. When you look at the mentees feedback, even your first time started doing a mentoring, most of you are doing a great job. Thank you so much for that. This is what we started in June month, right? So 1st July, we started our journey. Today, the 50th day. So what happens is now, so what are the things we accomplished before we go to the GAFA? When you look at it, so we completed around 5,000 minutes of webinar out of 10,000. So that's one thing. And we had around 4,850 minutes of mastermind sessions almost on a daily basis. Couple of days we did not keep it because the Q&A session was there separately. Now, over 5,000 minutes of mentoring provided to 500 plus people. This is a recorded one. There are a few more things. Some of you are not recording, and some of you are attending the program later the webinar, because if you are a premium member, you can access everything. And some of you unofficially doing. I'm not counted that. The recorded one is of 5,000 minutes of mentoring to 500 plus people, and 1,500 individual consulting sessions also happened. Okay. So when you look at it, is what it is. A combined mentoring session of over 1 million minutes, as I mentioned it to you. When it will be calculated, we are so surprised to see that one. Over 1 million minutes we completed on it. And we also completed 4 mastery programs. Hey guys, tell me which mastery program you like the best. We had a 4 mastery program out of the 50 days. One is, I think this is most of you will say is your favorite. We had a YouTube mastery and affiliate mastery. We also had an e-commerce mastery. And now just recently we concluded the drop service mastery. You tell me, which one you like the best of these 4 masteries? Can you type it there? Okay, so which one you like the best? Okay. Now, we presented approximately 31 strategies, different strategies. I don't know. Which one you like the best? Can you type it out of the 31? If you remember, type the number. If you don't remember the number, you remember the names, right? So you may not be. Sometimes I used to refer 8th and 9th and 10th of strategies. Well, 10th was the actually capture wits, and maybe 9th was actually create common. So like that, we I don't know if you remember. Please type it which strategy number you liked it. If you don't remember number, type it there. Which is the which strategy you like the best. No, whatever you remember about the strategies on it. Okay. And we also presented over 13 different business ideas, right? I don't know which one you like the best. Please type it that one also. Which one do you like the best? Okay, of 13 business idea, you like the best out of 13 business. I think especially the first one we did so many. Then we started talking about strategies. Now we'll be talking about a lot of other business models, and then again going for a complete campaign aspects we are going. So think about it and let me know which one you done. Okay. So what is the outcome? So we did over 1 million minutes of mentoring. We also did so much of activities and hundreds of people working day and night. What exactly the outcome we come? Which when you look at it is, as you know, we had a vision. We have set a goal and our objective for this program to create a minimum of 300 new digital entrepreneurs. And so where we reach, we just look at that. So most of even though we are not done this topic, but because the e-commerce, when we did it, I think some of you went and saw and peeped in our websites and saw that opportunity of an e-commerce. I think there are many people started e-commerce, some of you think. So names I'm displaying here. First of all, my apologies for this. Because I'm only concluded which we know. Some of you are not contacted us and not confirmed that you started at the business, or we are mentors also or they're not aware, or they're not escalated that is so and so person started a business. So I'm putting the names, only the names who are the people we are aware about it. And there are so many people actually I know have started. And you also share with us, we'll send you in a form, so you fill it and tell us what kind of business you started and where you're from, etc. So these are a few things. These are the people, a different niche and a different country they started. Now there are so many people, who started in e-commerce. I'm glad that is, even though we are not taken the 10 for you session, we are about to happen another maybe a week from now, maybe 10 days from now. But you already taken initiative. Thank you so much for that. And of course, as I mentioned, e-commerce is always the best. And I think some of you clubbed with the drop ship. It's a good idea. And now you're moving ahead. I'm glad that is. But what's important part is participate with us for the championship program as well. Okay. So these are the few people lists which we are aware you started, and I'm showing about the e-commerce segment. Okay. Now, so different people actually, niche store also people are taken, so they're not named it, so we just kept it as a one store. Some people are taken multiple stores, so we also making as a one store part. Okay, so this is the one segment we are so many people done. Okay, now list of mentees, which is who started a YouTube channel. That's what everybody's favorite. I think the second week itself we created a lot of momentum with the YouTube aspects. Now. There are so many people which has started your own YouTube channel with capture words. That's the majority of you going with the capture words. I'm glad that some of you are trying with the strategy number 9 with the creative comment. Nothing wrong in it, but try to adapt for a capture words. It gives you more revenue and more growth, etc. So these are few of the list which you are aware about. You started a YouTube channel, and thank you so much for taking that initiative. Now, which are the people who did the mentorship for this? I'm listing out the people, and I would like to thank you, all the mentors who took the initiative and encouraging and supporting to the mentees for doing these activities. I mean, taking up the digital YouTube mastery or an e-commerce business to start, and your encouragement really they valued, and thank you so much for coaching and mentoring you had done for that same. Okay, now and I noticed that many of the mentors themselves has actually started a YouTube channel. I'm glad that some of you already started e-commerce as well. That's a great thing. So thank you so much, and all the best, and make sure that you get prepared for next 50 days for the championship as well. Okay. Now there are many of you already started affiliate program and affiliate businesses, and now you started doing it as an affiliate program, and the mentors. Thank you so much, and people who took a decision to start. I wish you all the best and congratulations for taking that step, doing it. Right now, we also have a drop services recently. We said, and like her YouTube mastery, one of the things everybody's come back and said it's a fantastic idea, which is basically drop service. And it's something new because of COVID-19. It is, as you know, it's accelerated. It's a good thing to start with. Okay, so thank you so much, all the people who started a drop service business, and your niche are the things I believe you are getting ready, because we just concluded a couple of days ago. And make sure that is as soon as we have your website is ready for a campaign as well. Okay. Now, the mentors also started, some of them done a drop service, and some of them actually supported the people to take a decision for drop service as well. Okay. Now, as you know, we not taken a much session on a blockchain and other crypto, but still some of the small, session we had it on affiliate with web mining, and some of you have taken a very faster decision, quick decision to start with us. Thank you so much for showing that confidence even without completing the session of a blockchain mastery. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so those who actually went for a mining opportunity, or a web mining especially. Now there are a few people actually have started another business idea, which is when I shared, I think is on a 17th day, which we shared about how you can become a consultant, how you can start at the consulting. And Mr. Haseeb, seriously doing almost a full time now as a internet business consulting. Apart from his new businesses, he started in different countries in Qatar and India like that. And again, Ms. Doshna is also, she was a trainer. Now she's actually decided to become a full-time consultant and supporting to the. She said, I can support better when I'm a consultant. So in terms of supporting more to her mentees, she decided to continue as a consultant and to start the consulting firm. Of course, Aisha, as I think all of you know, which was one of the star of our consulting group, and Mr. Faisal Jaffrey, is seriously working on it as a consultant. So those are people who are starting a consulting firm. As you know, recently Consulting 2.0, we announced that you can actually have a independently, completely under your brand. You can have an office, you have a team members, and you can completely, every facilities will be provided by the company. So please utilize and take it out your consulting business to the next level. There are many people who decide to become a trainers, and training, you starting your own training company, and all the best and congratulations. And you know that your knowledge economy is going to do the great. And as you know that you also have a lot of the resources now to start with the platforms and private level content, and especially now you know that you can have YouTube webinars and free webinars through your platforms. So congratulations. And there are many people taking a decision to become event managers. So thank you so much. And social media influencers. So there are so many of you, or many of you, have taken this initiative, and really mean it. Thank you so much for that, and really appreciate that courage and brave step you have taken. And same thing, another important part, some of you started as mentors, and now you decided to become a digital entrepreneur. That's an amazing thing, and I really appreciate that. That's again shows that is what you believe in, not only just your coaching and mentoring. You be part of that. It's great. Thank you so much for that. Okay, and there are so many, not one or two. I think I'm looking for all of mentors to be starting some of the other thing and participating in the championship as well. Okay, so over 150 online ventures we started. Now we are 50 days. We're supposed to have 150. We have 167 something. We already have, but it's over 150. So we already achieved. I believe that is within 300 days. Sorry, within 100 days, we'll have a 300 ventures. The goal which we set, we'll be working and doing it. In fact, much more than that, because the moment we move closer to the championship, I believe more and more number of people come and start. When you look at it, is the people who started in July was very less. August, maximum number of people took decisions. Now, I think many of the decisions I could not take it. Why I said over 150? There are many people, different part of the world, taking a decision and it's not recorded yet, especially in the state of Kerala in India, because of the vacation, the banks are, so many information we are not yet received. So if it is precisely, we take more than 170 plus will be there. So over 150 business ventures we started doing this. That's the outcome we achieved through this one. So we're proud of all this thing, creating over 150 digital entrepreneurs. And thank you so much, and congratulations, and very good luck. And we would like to value that you looking at the decision you have taken. We are sure you achieve the great things. As we discussed the entrepreneurship, you have nothing to lose here compared to other businesses here. Knowledge economy, digital economy. That's one of the great steps you have taken on. Plus, now another important part, the people who helped you, and they are also proud about it. Thank you so much, all of you, for that. So I really mean it. So next 50 days, we know that is another challenging period where all of us going to work. I'm looking for all of you. I requested, I think, last meeting, to spend more time, another couple of months, to succeed in the championship period. In fact, to become a champion, it's not on $100, not only on $100, maybe $350, $500, or $1,000 category as well. So, so this journey has been wonderful. Thank you so much once again. And all of you, I'm inviting, even you are not started now, please start something. And today I'm talking about a gig economy. You can start instantly something with part of a gig economy. And we are also going to involve you in the championship program as well. So we invite all of you to be part of our championship program, which after 100 days, for the next 30 days, we'll be doing it. So now just only 50 days from now. So please get prepared. And the preparation is important. Your website is recorded, your strategy is recorded, your SEO in place, your email marketing, your everything should be in place to be part of the to the championship. It's not one day you come and start. As you know, any business to build, there's a discipline record, there's a resources record, the planning record, strategy record, tools and techniques record, resources record. So we need to make this happen. Another 15 days. That's exactly the focus we have. Okay. So I'm looking for all of you to actually participate. This is exactly the goal. Now, this is our objective. We kept it 300 business owners. But the goal is to create champions, right? Goal is create the people become entrepreneurs and the successful entrepreneurs. We defined who's make $3,000 a month, approximately $100 per day. That's what is we starting point. We discussed this exactly. We are going to look forward for a next 30 days time, inshallah. So before we start jumping to the topic, I just wanted to recognize some of the outstanding performers who did extraordinary work, and they've taken a little more mile. They've actually run a little more miles, and they also run faster. And amazing result they produced. One is Mr. Hasib Hassan. I think he's, according to me, is one of the top outstanding performer of the same number of consulting he's doing, number of mentorship he's doing, and the kind of initiative he's taken to do multiple business together, not one business, multiple businesses. It's a great the initiative taken, Mr. Hasib Hassan. And we also have Mr. Saddam Hussain, and who's again another outstanding performer across the globe. Whenever I'm awake, he's awake. Even at 2 o'clock, when I get up for a webinar, he's awake. Yes, sir, was asking. So great, Saddam. So fantastic performance here. And again, Miss Aisha is another outstanding performer, and Miss Bintu is doing a lot many things in a very detailed manner. As a trainer, also she's is doing a great thing. And Miss Roshna, as I just now mentioned, she become a trainer to consultant and doing an amazing thing. And I'm really proud of all the mentors who's dedicatedly doing. And as all of you remember, this is one of the first activity all of us done, saluting of our healthcare workers. And today we are here. Thank you so much, all of you. And I'm looking for all of you to do the next 50 days much better than what we already achieved. Okay. Now, some of the people who did extra work, like Tahir, as you know, all of your mentors come in place, come together, and reach out to him and discuss with him. So thank you, Tahir, for being there. And you have another huge responsibility tomorrow on what we'll discuss in. But what you did it for June, July, and August. Even you took a lot of initiative in June month. That's the reason we could start off in the beginning in a very well way. So thank you so much, and we really made it that. Okay. And so other projects, Ashif and Rukiya has been doing a lot of coordination work. Thank you so much for that. And the research team, we had a very large research team, but because of the mentorship timing and consulting timing, we could not manage. But the three people, Labiba, Thani, and Haida, did extraordinary work. And based on your input, you say that we wanted a screenshot, we wanted steps. With such a short period, all of them try to manage and get the tools and URLs. And it's an amazing. I sent out just a voice note, and they work on a research and brought the things and which I could present to you, and many of the images, many of the URL, many of the tools they could vendor did and research and brought to us. Okay, so great job, thank you so much. And the broadcast every day we are doing last 50 days, all the things you get the information. This is a topic, this is the posters, this is going to happen today, this is about this, a mentee should join, and this is the mentoring happening, all the broadcasting part. This is the broadcasting team, and Miss Eva, you're there. That is every time she coordinated communication part was fantastic, and branding part, and every day she preside as a the master. And you might have seen those who are joining the mastermind scene almost every day. The Eva is actually working even in the late night hours, right? So thank you, all of you, entire team of DigiMentors, and you office, even though you were not coming to the office, did a great job. Thank you so much. The 50 days, really, really thank you for working from home. I know there are a lot of difficulties and challenges, but it's a great thing. Thank you so much. I think next 50 days we are going to do much bigger things. Okay. Now, I'm sorry, it took a longer time. I think it's today we need to spend time for these people, because of this people we could do. It's not just now coming here and talking few minutes or 100 minutes here. If these people were not there, these mentors and consultant trainers and team members would not have been there, I would not have been done not even 5% of this what we are doing. So we could do this, we achieved this, we could accomplish this, we mastered we reached this milestone, and we are more confident. And we know we are quite excited now to reach out to the championship period, because all of us did a teamwork. And I did not mention so many people names, so thank you all of you. And I kept it for all this thing for 100 days, but when I did a review of 50 days, I could not stop sharing all these activities. Thank you. I really meant it. I really touched, I think, in this pandemic time, I used to say, in next generation, maybe ask you, what do you do in 2020? So I think, I'm very proud to say, there are so many things I could not fix it in this 3 to 4 months, but actually some of the things which I'm really proud of, that is sitting in this living room, without going outside, complete lockdown. In this living room, we could reach out to the globally, from New Zealand to Singapore, Malaysia, China, Indian subcontinent, Middle East, and African countries, Latin American countries, North American countries, Australia. All these places we could reach out and communicate and starting together business was really good, right? And one of the most common thing which all of you I shared with you is this business model. Anything we start, the business model is actually we have a strategy, organization, technology, right? So today we are going ahead with the GAFA, also the same model, okay? So check this, is actually all of you. The GAFA, when I'm discussing about, they're using the same model. Now the gig economy, we are also going to discuss this way. Now, first thing. Now, all of you remember that is this 50 days which we discuss about every business we presented, every strategy we presented, anything we presented this week is the technology, strategy, and the organization. Then we have something called modeling principle, right? We identify the business model, and that's why we came out with a strategy of drop servicing or a drop shipping, or maybe affiliate program, or maybe e-commerce, or YouTube mastery, YouTube done for you model, or how do you say, maybe something a digital product, so private label. So different business model we discussed and we concluded, right? So next 50 days, what we are going to do? So next we are going to talk about the promotional aspects, how we promote this business, and how do you reach out to the people, how do you communicate to the people, how the people comes and buy product from you, avail services from you. All the things that we are going to discuss about. In that, one of the segment is actually different way we have to explain is a gig economy with connecting with the GAFA. So we're going ahead with this is a topic. I think I'm sure you'll never forget this topic, because the 50th day you will never forget, because that's the reason I choose to discuss with you this is today, because I was thinking, where do I put it? The last day, actually the topic I kept it for the last day, because I said, okay, I've been discussing about various entrepreneurship opportunity. How about some kind of an employment opportunities or a professional opportunity? You need to take it. Not need to take it, you're forced to take it. That's the right word. Maybe today, maybe 1 month from now, maybe 1 year from now. There's no difference. So I'm connecting that is with the GAFA. GAFA is with Google, Amazon, Facebook and Instagram, and Alibaba, and Microsoft, and Apple also will include in the GAFAM. This is GAFA will start with, GAFAM we may not have a time. Even GAFA itself, I don't think so we can finish today. So whatever the portion is there, we'll try to finish. Now, first thing. Now, why I choose these companies? First of all, we are talking about digital entrepreneurship. All these companies also started like we started. How you are starting now? Maybe Google started with in a garage of a 2 PhD student. Amazon started with the 250 books, and Facebook started in a university hostel. Alibaba, the viral story, how it's happening. So now, when you look at it, is all these companies, and then gig economy. So when Google, when you look at it, is today, across the globe, is one of the largest corporate. Started in 1998, okay, and started by 2 PhD students. Today, it's approximately $990 billion is the market valuation, and they make approximately $160 billion every year. And this is the last time the revenue of 2019. This revenue they made last year, 1 year alone. Okay, they're making on it. Now they have employees across the globe. There are a lot of places they have in offices, and over 100,000 employees they have across the globe today. So that many people they're employing, but they have another opportunity which I'm going to discuss with you. Now we have approximately 69 products that Google has owning, and where we can have an opportunity, and people use it to try for a business opportunity. People also use for as a tools. Okay, so we have it now, and I don't know how many of you use. Most of you use Google Map and Android and Gmail. Few, maybe around 10 we use. But actually, when you really look into, there are so many products of Google we can utilize it, and it's an amazing line of product they have, and it's continuously to grow. And the kind of a product we are bringing to artificial intelligence and the robotics and the automobile industry, etc., is amazing. So there is a continuously to grow. So today I'll be discussing today or tomorrow, because it depends on the time. Today Uh, I believe we will be reaching out the much more bigger opportunity with the Google as well. Okay. Now, when you look at Amazon, I don't have to tell you the size of the Amazon today, and it started in 1994, and Jeff Bezos started, it's one of the first $1 trillion company in the market today, and the $280 billion the last year alone revenue, and over 1 million employees they have, Now, there are 19 different subsidiaries. They have bigger companies, bigger opportunities. But one of the things I would like to mention about the Amazon, when you look at the SpaceX, Amazon started as a book-selling company with the 250 books. Today, they're building, traffic, or not a traffic, what is it, technology. They're thinking about starting a colony in the moon and the Mars. And the SpaceX, that is over 500 satellites they already launched, not one or two. It's a private company, yeah? It's a private company, a publicly owned company, but it's not a government company, owned by Jeff Bezos' dream. When you go through Google, I want you to go and watch on YouTube, there's a video about SpaceX, Jeff Bezos' SpaceX dream project. When you search you can see what he dreamt in the age of 3 or a 2 or a 3 in the school. He put this word in this. He said he wanted to build, another planet with the thing, because Earth will not be sufficient. So that time he continued that vision and dream. Today, look at where he's reaching. So that give a lot of inspiration to all of us. Whatever we are planning for, whatever we have vision for in the childhood, or in the beginning now, or we have it now, if you pursue that, there is an opportunity that comes to us, right? So SpaceX is the best example. If you look at it 5 years ago or 10 years ago, if you listen to that, you really feel it is something he's talking mad. Because 10 years ago, his company was a loss-making company. That time Amazon never made any profit. It's not that big now. Now the Amazon, they own so many things, and the majority of the business happening online through Amazon. And SpaceX project, when you look at the kinds of investment he's putting around $10 billion investment he has put in, and according to him, 2025, 2030, they will be sending people to Mars, not for 1 or 2 days. That's a holiday season, and go for a holiday for 3 months and 6 months. They will have a lifetime opportunity as well. You don't have to come back. So how do I say? This is actually something like like a Hollywood fiction movie, but it's not a fiction movie. Somebody investing a $10 billion money for it. It's not just not a joke, right? But something serious, and that's a change is happening in the world today. So we need to look into these aspects, and I would like you to study, how a person can pursue the vision, especially as entrepreneurs. Which level, what kind of a level, if you wanted to grow. Please think about it. And the vision is really inspiring. If you read or especially watch that presentation of the SpaceX he's doing, on YouTube it is available. Please go and watch on Amazon SpaceX projects. That's amazing part. Okay, and their discussion is about, as I mentioned to you, they're saying it is a Mars. I think Venus will be cheaper than the Mars. So why we can't shift to Venus? So instead of a Qatar, we'll start a business in Dubai. Like that, easily they're discussing about Mars and to Venus. You look at the human being, how we developed. Think about the kinds of we are Homo sapiens, the kinds of achievements, the kinds of development, the kinds of progress, the kinds of innovations we are doing. It's amazing, right? So look at this, all these companies. Okay, now the Facebook started at the university hostel, not long ago, 10-15 years ago. And today 665 billion. And when you look at all these companies' turnover, which is majority of the countries does not have that kind of a GDP, this kind of a GDP, maybe around 30-40 countries combined GDP will be this much, right? So some of the, around 40 different African nations GDP is equivalent to Facebook GDP. So all this kind of a nation now, even the people who are employed by the Facebook or the company, you can see the former diplomats of a British or diplomats of a different kind of countries, those who worked with as a deputy prime minister of the country or a secretary general. They're the people they are employing today because they act like a country. So they have dictate the terms. They interfere in the politics. They take decisions. That kind of a level. All these companies is gone. It's gone up now. They also have a huge number of employment opportunity they're giving, including Facebook is giving a lot of employment. And they also have a different company, like including WhatsApp and Instagram own it. And same way, like when you look at Alibaba, Alibaba story, the most inspiring story, one of the things of the decade, which all of you got it. And today, when you see like a Jack Ma's, market valuation is $400 billion plus, and every year approximately $70 billion they make it, and 100,000 employees. All these things, part of a gig economy I wanted to compare. So all of you know these companies, you're part of that company. So one or the way we use it, we Google technologies, we communicate through Facebook part, and we use a product from Amazon and Alibaba, right? If you are B2B and B2C, you're taking on it. Now, you pause a minute, think about it. So this is what the world we are in. Now, we discussed about macroeconomy one time. We also discussed about consumerism one time. We also discussed about B2C, B2B, all the things. Today, we discuss about the gig economy. So what is exactly gig? So many of the people know the different meaning people give for a gig. Gig is basically the word comes, the people into the restaurants or the hotels, people go and a musician goes and sing a song. And like that a gig, with the moment time you spend for 2-3 hours there, you get paid for it. So from that the word come for a gig word came from. Now look at how the world is changing. In 1950s, how the world is looking at the job market. So when you look at it as 1950s, a person get a government job, and everybody say he's so lucky, and his life is settled. And he is achieved. So the moment he get a good job, any of the government segment. Now, when you look at it as how his career used to develop on it. For example, he go to the schools and the parents tell them, please study hard to get a good job, and train them to get a good job. Become a graduate, so he'll have usually 2 job opportunities, either go to a government job or getting to a reputed private bigger companies, right? So this is a 2 option. Usually a person whether she or he take to go for it, and they go for various tests, papers, and life is completely tuned to get into that one. And what happens after that? After that, they continue the 30, 40, 50 years within the same company or same organization. Some of the cases, the same positions, and sometimes maybe let's climb ladder within the organization, and it'll definitely have a good savings end of the life. And some of the things he'll accomplish, like a house, maybe some education of the children. These are the things that he'll achieve. So, but he'll get a long-term pension, etc. So that's the way the life was going and monotonous. But there is actually people index of the happiness, index of the was an issue because people felt stress, people felt it is good boring, and the moment they get retired, they get fallen ill, and they lose entire motivation. So all the things is the drawback of this were happening. So that is on an individual level. But in the world got changed in 1990s. Computer revolution happened, MNC started coming into the market, and young people were looking at an alternative option. In fact, that was the biggest demand in 1990. And this issue, when you look at it, is whether government jobs or the new jobs, so much of things started changing. Basically, many of the things are changing, but the university education or the education system was not supporting what you wanted to do in these companies. So what happened is the old system, they started training employees, various kinds of, not only just a training. And so you ask an employees what they went through, the bad thing is the training, 1 week training, 2 week training, and they get bored at what that companies started giving to improve their quality and productivity, and training and retraining and training and retraining, and the company started investing around 5% or 10% of their revenue, not the profit, revenue, for training. And they offer them seminars, conferences, executive courses, and other training. So many things was happening. This is a thing the company used to do, and to improve the productivity of the people, right? Now, as you know, it is the people start leaving the companies, or people don't pay proper attention on this training, companies spending their resources. There is not much motivation sometimes to the people to grab it and go ahead, right? Then in 2000, it started changing again. So what happens is later, the HR policy across the globe started changing. If you have a capacity, and we'll give you a job. So we don't want to train you more. We started, they started looking into the people who has a different kind of a capacity. For example, if you say you come with a resume, to considering the job time, they'll ask you what are your talent, what are your capacity, what are your interests, what are your experience, what are your knowledge. And based on that, you start getting a compensation. Earlier it was, even today, some of the people ask, what's your basic pay? So the companies got changed. And many people not realize this. Even now, even I involved in even a millionaires, new trainee, new person who coming in an interview, still ask the question, what's your basic pay? They forget, they're not even updated. That is, there's nothing called fixed pay in the companies now. Based on your knowledge, experience, and the talent and the caliber, you have a salary. So this change has already happened, but some of them are not updated yet. But does not, nevertheless, it's a true, right? Now, so it is now. Earlier, it was only a fixed salary, then pensions and provident fund and insurance, healthcare. This was the facility only we're giving to the employees. In 2000, it got changed. Not only that, apart from the bonuses, they also started giving a profit sharing. The company started giving employees stock options again. Many of the employees become an owner of the company. Many of they will share you the profit. So this is a major development happened in 2000. So now, for example, now because of that, there are a group of entrepreneurs starting an IT company as well. And many of the entrepreneurs started making the employees as a part of the company, co-founders and founders. Even that when we discuss about the glossary, one of the words is cohere. Even employees started taking over the company. If some company is not doing well, employees started taking over that company. There are so many companies in examples are there, right? So they started doing it. So that's also part of the change because the job market change is happening there. Now, to tell you an example, for example, you have an experience in banking. Now, if you go to an IT company who are building in a banking software, so you get a best job there because they value your experience in the banking, even though you come from a completely different industry. Or you work in a hotelier, you work as in a restaurant, or you work as a waitress or a waiter, or you worked as a F&B. Now, or maybe you're working as a tourism segment or hospitality segment. Now, a company building a mobile application for this, they will hire you by considering your experience, okay, because you can give an input. So this is the way economy got changed. Those are exactly people, the major change happening in the job market now, right? So basically, the talent you have, you can actually come for your compensation, you can start bargaining, and people get paid based on their experience and talent and the skills and knowledge they have, right? So that's a market now. It's not like a pay scale right now saying this grade, this much, this grade. Every company across the globe, especially the MNC, that got changed in a large scale. So basically what exactly a person wanted knowledge, talent, skill, and experience. So this is what exactly every company across the globe wanted. Now, based on these four things, your life also changing, right? Based on your knowledge and talent and skill and experience, you not only job, you can also start entrepreneurship. Even sometimes you can do investment based on your knowledge and experience. Not necessary, you should have financial resources. You can actually, if you have an idea, you have a talent, you can even raise that capital. So this is the way things got changed. Now, another thing is, please understand, today, passive job seeker is not there now. Okay, everybody, the economy is not there. Anybody, those who don't have a skill, no job. If you don't know this, nobody gives you a job. That's got changed, right? Like earlier recommendations and other things is not happening now. If you don't have a skill, you don't get a job. That's it's completely changed the market here. Now, when you look at it, this exceptional skill of knowledge and talent experience, you can actually start putting on online. So now you go online and keeping your gig or your what you can do. Putting on internet, you started getting the business not only from your town, not only from your district or province and state, it started getting it from globally because it started becoming a global village. And one of the best example, which we recently discussed about the freelancing with the Fiverr or other companies, right? So people started doing it as one. So wherever the talent has a demand, they hire you and they pay you. So multiple online marketplaces, like Etsy, So, for example, you have anything you can make a handmade, so you get paid much much for their products. Like a handmade crochet, normal Chinese crochet is less than $1, $2. Handmade crochet is $100 plus. So that way, it started changing. So it's like an e-commerce website give you an opportunity for you to show your talent and getting money paid. So I'll come to the major points, but I would like you to have a look at what is happening at the moment. Now, if you have a capacity of doing a graphic designing or a web designing or a writing skill, you can go to Fiverr, like a platform, which in the part of our drop service we discussed. You can start making money there. Actually, you can get a lot many opportunities from different places and do it. Right now, if you're good at computer programming, you are good at coding, and you get a Upwork, lot of projects you get, and different companies at a time you'll be able to work at, and you can also work with various agencies and as a freelancers. Now, another example, when you look at, if you're passionate about making movies like me, you can go to 90seconds.co.uk. You can actually set up your business and make money with that, and you can do everything through that, and you get paid for it, right? So that's one. And if you have a good voice and you can sing well, and you have a voice 123, give you an opportunity to sing and make money, and you get many opportunities also from there. So this is across the globe, all the professionals who wanted to show. That many other people among our friends and acquaintances and relatives and neighbors, you see so many people sing so well. They don't have it because other job activities or other commitment. They are not even focusing, even if they have passion and talent. But today we have an opportunity, go to the various website and make money. Even half an hour time the person spent, you get paid for it. So Voice 123 is an example for it. Now, you are an engineer. You have another way of getting paid by doing activities. You work with a business or artificial intelligence, and you work with them on a case to case or a project to basis or a time basis, and you make money on it. And an example is 9 Sigma. Okay, so like this, so many opportunities. I've given a few sites. I want you to go and look at all this which I'm listing out is a gig economy part. Okay, all things are gig economy. We'll come to that, but I'm not talking about gig economy in this sense, because I want to connect with the GAFA, because that's where a giant, that's a people are there in the market now in a very, very large scale for us to do things on it. Okay. Now, when you look at it, is today world is actually recognizing this aspect to getting money. Now, these sites, these sites which I shared with you, I want you to go and look at how the gig economy working on an individual level. Part of the drop service, I've given you this list of these companies, some more list of the companies that for your drop service outsourcing method. But here you, to understand the gig, the varieties of a gig, of course, which I give you a screenshot a couple of days ago. I know you remember the 150 different categories I shared with you in that this also include. But now you look at a gig point of view. Now you are passionate or something, you want to make money with that. So these companies help you, to make money based on what you provide, based on your talent, experience, and knowledge you have it. Now, there are so many websites. This I just give you an example, and you can grow as a career here. And this is not one or two people, millions of people shifting to gig opportunities. Now, we discussed in the three aspects here. One, the advantages of the gig and disadvantages of the gig, and what is happening in the macro level. And of course, the individual level, which I discussed, so many people, that these people are, especially in the pandemic time, those who lost the job, the first thing they did, they created the profiles. They have work. The kind of a panic did not happen to many of the people who go to the gig. Those who could not go to the gig, they have a challenge. Now, most of the people who have got a talent, experience, and thing, they never had any issue with that, right? So this is one of the major thing. It is all of you should look into that. Now, when you combine your knowledge, talent, skill, and experience, many people say this is happening everything online. Can I trust it? And there is a bias and a sellers. When you really look into this, it is basically compared to physical market, it's a very less unpleasant things happening. You can see in the physical world, one of the major reasons the employees get fired, because the hired time is not utilizing properly. The employers note down, he coming to the office simply doing nothing in the office and just making the time in the office and going. And maybe 1 or 2 months he can fool the employers and they get paid, but they'll be fired. But they may not get the right answer. But that's a place actually employer feel cheated because I hired you, your 8 hours, you're not contributed to that one. And employees also the way sometimes the business goes wrong and they feel it is I'm not get paid or I'm not getting paid well. All the things are, but all the things is very less in the gig economy online. Buyers and sellers transact and the dispute is less than 5%. Dispute unresolved is less than 0.01%. Dispute get resolved. Okay, so this an important and nobody's do the thing is because the reputation is an issue because people share their reviews, right? Buyers and sellers. They reach each other and they share the reviews. And if sellers want a reputation well, buyers want a reputation well. Everybody want to 5-star always, right? Whether you are any kinds of gig, including Uber, you wanted the driver rate you rate the drivers. Everywhere, your rooms you started rating, the Airbnb you start rating. Even any gig you provide, you get rated, and even the buyer you rate how well he dealt with you, how well his character and behavior with you, etc., etc. People actually review each other and the reputation outside the market. So that's nobody risk of anything unpleasant to happen. People really wanted to grow. Okay, now when you look at it, is this is the present scenario. Now what is happening another few years from now? In fact, not even a few years. I'm talking about 2021, maybe another 6 months from now, because the moment the world opens, so many things going to change. One of the major things is going to change is gig economy will rule many of the assets because the companies don't have money. Government is trying to keep the money in the hands of the people. And business is not yet normal. That GDP is going 20-25% down, not 1 or 2% down. It's a huge percentage down. That some of the GDP predicted was around 30-35%. Many other things going that worse situation now. So the recovery is not soon because the recovery will take time, and world will not be the same again. There's something called post-COVID and before COVID. Okay, so now we are in the COVID period, right? So 2021 is the time everybody looking to things will change. Even though a partial lockdown is over, still borders are not over, supply chain is not in place, and many things are not yet normal. So economy is actually not yet back normal, and plus this recovery issues, it takes time. So what exactly the major change? So the reason actually I'm connecting with the GAFA. So all of us wanted to survive, even if you're not starting an entrepreneurship. If you wanted to survive in this world, if you're not going for a gig, you may not survive unless you're so lucky to have, or your father-in-law own a company, or your father should own a company. Otherwise, you don't have a place in the companies now. You don't have a place in even a government segment. So that's the way things is going to change. Now, it's basically gig is nothing but performance. So your performance is a matter here. So, right, gig is basically a performance. Now, gig is completely a task-based work. This marketplace, that's the reason in the drop service time, I asked everyone to open an account and check it as how the work is already done. Because that's the time objective was you're not going to the platform because you're going to compete them. And you try to understand how that process is happening. And you even get a client from there and you take it from arbitrage side. No, we're not looking to the, we're not looking to this as an opportunity there. We actually only understand how the things is working. You take it as a competitors, even sometimes you get a clients from there because you have an arbitrage site is much cheaper. So I did not discuss with you that way, but because I asked you to go and understand the market, exploring of the market. But now I want you to look at it as a gig opportunity and not just an opportunity and gig demand. So all of you need to think about your performance is matters. Otherwise, no company, no one can afford to employ you. So your task-based work is the major thing is going to. So this economy today is called a gig economy. Okay, gig economy is you can see in a BBC, there are a lot of documentaries coming in. And gig economy should be fixed. There is a bigger problem. So I talk to your personal level issues. Then we talk about the macro level issues. Both will discuss about the disadvantages of a gig economy. But we'll go on to let's okay. Now, today, you are self-employed individual or a micro enterprises. are there on the online marketplaces, or a drop service, an example which we discussed a few days ago. And you can market your talent, your skills and knowledge, and your experience, and what you can do. You can market globally. And here, every country has a strength. Now, you come from underdeveloped countries, as we discussed about the drop service, like India subcontinent, or maybe Far East, or maybe African countries. You have much better internet, which is a threat to the US or North Americans, or maybe from Europeans. Why? Their thing is exported here. So anyway, every country has a strength. That's the nature of thing. So like China has the next strength of a manufacturing, Middle East has strength of a petrol, and so like that, every country has it. So we need to take that where we are from, what the advantage we have, what the strength we have to utilize it. Now, for example, you look at a 3D animation or a photo web service can, like anything you offer around the globe, you can do, right? Now, to succeed in the gig economy, you need to be good at what you do. So result matters, your performance matters, and the world is going to change this way. So here, when you look at it as what exactly an individual required, you're an exceptional talent, and you need a good experience. People first thing will ask you, tell me the project you have done. Many other people are part of the study, they do some project even though just for passing the exam, that no one value. But in real life, what you have done, and you show us what you have done, experience. And you also should have a specialized knowledge. Hey, I'm good at so and so that. Hey, I can write a content based on my keywords, and I do. No, that's why you should be able to communicate this way. And of course, the skill. So your talent, your experience, your knowledge and skills matters. And without this, you cannot survive in the job market now. That's the truth. We need to accept and understand. And that's the phase we are going through. And this time, all of you, I recommend you to be minimum thing to get a good knowledge. And based on that, start implement, act on it, so you can experience, and which will further improve your skill, and you become a talented individual. So this is a very, very important part. And without that, there is no life. Okay, I'm just talking to you, a kind of a big brother over there, because this is a fact and reality. You look at it another 3, 4, 5 years, that's a fact. Okay, so now another part is to stay in this economy is going to be very, very challenging, and you need to do, it really, to work hard. Now, there are a lot of online platforms. It's this kind of a labor dependent. Now, online platforms are also emerging in a capital. When you look at it, is for example, if you have an apartment in a good place, like people can spend the weekends or holidays, you make money through Airbnb, right? That's not only your talent, even your resources like your house, your garage or your farmhouse, your outhouse, everything what you can do, even you can encash that now. Even your living room of the sofa, you can actually sell it out and make money. Now, another thing is, if this opportunity is there, that's the reason many of the entrepreneurs can start their own marketplace as well. Just now, I met a lady in my apartment in the elevator. I asked, what you do? I said, I just started an online business. I said, I'm so and so. She knows fortunately about our underage responsive program. She said in the evening, she's not able to attend. They asked, what you do? She said, I started a marketplace for nannies. So she provided just through a nanny service she do through a mobile application. So this is a marketplace. She said, how many employees? I asked her, how many employees you're holding? She said, no, I'm not holding anyone. I take part-time nanny, she's doing it. So that is the marketplace. And one of the things, our founder asked me to do it is, before the COVID-19, it was the job market, the part-time job marketplace. It was to be done. This is again a part of a gig economy. So he I think it's during our digital master period, he was following up with me, but I prioritized. I did not work on, but he told me the gig economy is even before pandemic, he mentioned to me that is, please start on something on a gig economy. It's going to work because the world is changing to gig economy. Now, this is one. Okay. Now, how you have a marketplace, so all of you can think about it as a business opportunity. This I'll be present to you a few days from now as a business opportunity is the strategy. But just for your understanding, buyer and seller, you connect as a owner, you make money or you make a marketing fees. Okay. So this there are a lot of things which I'm going to discuss with you on about the tutors, because the training opportunity I'm going to do one day or 2 days, like we are doing a GAFA today, you will have an opportunity to become a teacher in the platform, and you teach multiple people across the globe. You become your courses, recorded courses like Udemy or Coursera, you $1 million companies. So this is an opportunity we have with us. Again, as you discuss the music, you have a talent. Even you have the servants, like you just now mentioned, starting a marketplace. These are the things. Different niches you can start, like a drop service. You can start on a gig part. This I'm taking an opportunity to explain to you once again. The drop service or your freelance opportunity. But the point which I want to start is, you can start any platform, but here the point is, so as an entrepreneur, as a digital entrepreneur, as a mentors and consultants, and also promoting a digital mastery program, I just want to tell you, do not afraid to take a risk. Even you're not taking a risk, you're forced to take a risk because your job is at stake, which is no company is going to to tolerate you. So you don't think it is you have a place without taking a risk. You need to take a risk. You have to take a risk to survive in this market. And the economic system is going to change, and definitely you improve your platform, you improve your technology, your skill, you have the place over there. Now here is before we go to the another level, I just want to check with you, what do you enjoy with being, and we also talk about the challenging thing which along with this has come with the gig economy. The gig economy is basically a lot of plus points are there. One is, we'll come to the plus point, but the major thing is actually you need to work hard and you need to play hard. It's not 9 to 6 easy going, no more. You need to learn, you need to understand, you need to improve your skill, work hard, okay? And what are the advantage of as an individual? One is actually you can do so many things which you could not do, like a traveling, and you can cultivate a lot of hobbies because nobody asking you why you're not there at 9 o'clock. Why you're leaving office early, you don't have to report to someone, all the things you can do. And you can spend more time with your family now because you are at home and you can work from home wherever you want and you don't fix timing, nothing. You can do that. And it is the major big thing, which is you will improve. Your brain start working better. You become more creative. You more, your think, especially your conceptual thinking will improve. Especially your creative thing will improve. And because you don't do monotonous thing on a daily basis, you need to start thinking how to do it. And it's a major change. If you on a HR consultant and her TED talk, she talked about one thing. So what are the major difference? One of the questions she answered, what are the major difference between a gig economy where the person attitude and other corporate executive attitude? So now let's say a corporate executive at a project in detail. The first thing he demands to the employer is, please give me a training because I don't know this how to do. A new project comes, we don't have it. In my team, we don't have it. Please get the training. So now the project will be taken by this company. Adding the cost to this one, and even not only the cost, even time period also will add it, and then go back to the client. By the time client might have chosen some other one, or they think it's not feasible. So even project itself will not take it out because every company goes back and do. But in the gig economy, what happens? So he sent the person who's doing gig economy, he take the project first, then he think how to do it. Okay, that's a major difference. So things happen faster because of that, and it go much better way. So this is one thing. So it is actually, you want to do what you want to do, what you love to do, what you're passionate about, what's your knowledge about it, what motivates you to do, you can do that one. And not reporting, you are your own boss. You decide what to do and when to do, and you can actually completely focus on your purpose of life and what makes you happiness. You don't have to depend on another company's job profile. You are free to do whatever you want to do, and you can continue with that one. Now, here is basically 3 things will help you on a gig economy life if you choose to do. Of course, that one is actually autonomy. You are not reporting to anyone. You are your own boss. You decide, and you'll master what you do, and you will improve, and you're forced to improve. Your skill improve because you need to spend the time and earn that skill or understand that skill. Okay, Then go to the other thing is your purpose of your life. You can focus on your purpose of life, what you feel is the purpose of your. No more you just only work on employer's vision, employer's purpose. You work on your own purposes. You work on your own vision, and you decide your own check. So this is the good part of your gig economy. Now, of course, that makes ultimately all of us wanted a happiness, peaceful and a satisfaction and purposeful life will be able to lead. So if you take in this way, that's a plus point. What are the disadvantages? So I think the time is about to go, so I'll just quickly finish off disadvantages. Disadvantages is no guarantee of income. Every month you get something, it's not there. If you are not working, you are not producing a result, you are not having a talent, you don't have a skill, you don't get paid. Same way, if you're this one, you're not getting a project, no guarantee. So like a job, you're expecting a salary come on 5th or 7th to your account, it will not be coming because you need to work on it. And sometimes some of the thing which many other people consider, this is according to me not a disadvantage, is a good thing. Proofs of salary, and many of the people who lending money, they don't actually lend you the money because there's no company assuring you kind of a money coming in. So you get no salary certificate, no proof of things come. And of course, like a pension scheme, healthcare scheme, and PF, you don't get like many other companies offering. That's the biggest disadvantages of the gig profession or a gig opportunity. But plus point is there are of course plus point and negative points are there. Now, what kind of a talent and skill you have, you need to and plus your confidence is the matter here. Now, based on your financial position, you need to take this call or how you wanted to risk it. So that is an important part, of this one. Now, before we move to the GAFA and the macro disadvantages, so you need to decide on an opportunity here. As a profession, another 5 years, 10 years, if you don't want to be like this, you can, earlier the better, going for a gig is better. Earlier the better. At least as a part-time, if you have a feeling insecurity, even as a part-time, start doing it as what you can do today, even with 1 hour or 2 hours. So instead of, like when you look at the government jobs, most of the country, it's a reservation-based jobs, or a private company, they're completely set up in a different way, and they don't have employment opportunity now. They don't have a business opportunity. It's going through a depression. So here, the opportunity is basically, when you look at a gig economy, the best one. Okay. Now, and this, how fast it is fixing, and it is having one major problem. So which is, I think we will cover this later. Today, we may not have time. Now, that's a major problem. I tell you what the problem, then I'll also tell you the solution, how it's coming on it. Major problem today, so many things which we use, you as a customer using, you may be, for example, you are using an Uber. Uber is a gig economy. Like earlier, over the taxi company, how they do, they invest on a car, they hire the employees, and they pay salary to the drivers, right? That's got changed. Now the taxi companies, no more. The world's largest taxi company, Uber, like thousands and millions of other taxi company like that, they don't even own a car. They don't even own a driver. So they don't even employ them. So what they do, whichever the work you do, you get paid on it. And now there is an issue coming there. What is the issue? Now, when you look at it as a consumer point of view, you open up the Uber app. When you you wanted to go from destination A to destination B. In the destination A, before even you're searching, you can see so many cars are ready to pick you up. 1 minute, 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 2 minutes. And you wanted to have a micro, mini, Lex, all the options are there. And that is usually a company make the inventory available with an investment. But Uber does not have an investment there. None of this car is owned by Uber. But as a customer, you're happy to have it this one, right? Now, when you look at the negative side of this one, all these drivers invested huge for their car, and they're waiting for the orders. And they need to, instead of earlier 8 hours work, today 12, 14, 15 hours, they have to work to earn. That's a problem. Here is actually, that's a problem. Tomorrow we'll find a solution. And what is the solution? Government. You go through the BBC documentaries. There are BBC did so many documentaries on a gig economy. They're talking about how government should fix it, and exactly the same thing is going to come. There are a lot many decisions the world is going to take in the coming months or coming years based on a pandemic happened. One of the decision and regulations will be about the gig economy, because gig economy should be fixed at the earliest. Because gig economy, what I spoke to you on an individual level is different. On a macro level, on a country level, there is a huge issue that tomorrow, I think, before we get into the GAFA, we will discuss that is in detail. So this problem, if government is going to fix it, or we are going to, we means all the people across the globe, we are going to address that issue. When we start addressing that issue, now gig economy will move to another level. World has become completely, gig economy based one. Now, when you look at it as sometimes sometime in the future aspect, when you say you feel it is, I'm exaggerating, or you might feel it is, it's not a near future. That's not true. I'm talking about I'm talking this year and next year. I'm not talking about 5 years. I'm not talking 10 years. I'm talking in 2020 and 2021. And with 2020, you look at the companies layoff, the companies taking, and many, when you look at you do a survey now. The people who really worked from home, they really don't want to go back office. They would prefer to work from home. And they're going to tell you the excuses. The metro is not working, that is not working, this is not working, blah, blah, blah. Actually, the basic reason is they liked from home and working. So now the companies will find out a way, even when they come into the office, with not have a productivity now, how home. So they will, every company is also going to change. It's based on a gig. Okay. So everybody is going to be on a gig. So unless you produce a result, number of hours were calculated based on a productivity you bring in. So these change on a gig change. Whether you like it or not, you need to accept. Okay, because of that change is happening. Especially those who are looking to be a professional, looking to employed by companies. What is happening around 10, 20, 30, 40 years is not happening as you agree. You agree now. Now things got changed. Like now, for example, an expat community from various parts of the world come to Middle East to get employed, or you go to US or a North American market or a European market to become a taxi driver was a good job. That's not there anymore. And especially, here is a problem today. That's one of the problems. Gig economy is one of the problems. Like Uber is a problem, actually. You know why? You know that in so many streets in the world, so many countries in the world, they are again, the gig economy holders, like the drivers, are against Uber. Because Uber is making more money and they are not getting, the drivers are not getting paid well. And the driver has a huge investment in the car. Driver has another things there actually. So that is making a huge issue now. Government is going to fix it probably soon itself. Or it evolved now, because that's where human beings, it's going to evolve. So that is exactly tomorrow I'll be discussing. And that's exactly the opportunity with GAFA we should identify. GAFA, which is with Google, with Amazon, with Facebook, with Alibaba, with if we have a time, and we also include Apple and Microsoft as well. So all these companies is already thought about a gig, and they already have a gig, and they're an amazing gig. And this is an example I've taken. All these 5 companies which I speak about, you easily understand. You can do that one. So every company has a more than 50. When I actually just started looking at this, each one, you can also see the bottom of the Amazon.com. Go in the footer, you can see so many gig opportunities that listed out there. We actually don't look in that way. All these companies are already prepared. Like, as I told you, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, 7 years ago, he started talking about starting in Moon and Mars and Venus, which we don't even think about it, right? Now he's invested at $10 billion. So now look at all these companies, how they are moving to GAFA. In a way, you look at this in a positive way. From your home, you work for companies in Seattle. In a way, you're in the Silicon Valley companies, you work from your home and you get paid well. And at a time, you will be employed with multiple companies like a Google and Amazon at a time. So these opportunities in front of us. And these opportunities, we need to grab it. And a few disadvantages on individual I discussed with you. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the gig economy's challenge we are facing, and how it is going to be fixed, and why it is fixed, how we can move on. So this when we will do tomorrow. So thank you so much. Today is the 50th day. Unfortunately, we could not finish the topic. Tomorrow, Q&A session. I'll finish first the session, then we go for a Q&A session. And today, I know that you'll have so many questions to ask. I'll take the entire question in the mastermind. And within a couple of minutes, I'll join in the mastermind from now. And thank you so much once again, all of you. Today, we completed a 50th day. And I'm looking forward to a great another 4,900 days is happening and the championship. Okay, thank you so much once again, all of you, to be part of this journey. Great, thank you so much. I'll join you in a few minutes in a mastermind.